This last episode, we're going to review the S3 image storage, and we are going to go over some of the features in the application. So leaving right where we left off in the last episode, I want to go back to the AWS dashboard, and I'll go to S3, and we're going to launch one more bucket. So I'll create a bucket, and this bucket will be called Walacor Images, or Walacor Image Bucket. Ownership of ACL is disabled, and I'll remove this block all public access. Now, if you want a production version of this application, I would recommend not doing that. But let's go ahead and launch this bucket. Oh, and I acknowledge. So I'll create this bucket. So I'll select Walacor Image Bucket, and I'll steal down the name. I'll need that AP Southeast-1 region once more. And finally, we want to access that access key ID and secret access that we had way earlier in the series. So I'll go back to my downloads and find that. And here was my access key and secret access ID. So I'll paste those in here. And we should have access to this bucket. So let's go ahead and relaunch the server. I'll close out of this access keys storage. Delete it, that's fine. And back to the application. Let me refresh the application. And let me go over to the dashboard sidebar. And I'll scroll down to create a new blog. And title of the blog, we could go ahead and create a blog now. So I'll say my first blog post. And description of the blog, I can say this blog has been about S3. And let's get an image of S3, why not? This will work just fine. I'll screenshot it. And I can go ahead and choose the file to upload to our blog post. You can see image uploaded successfully. And blog content, I can add some bullet points about S3. S3, this is just me providing content for the blog. It's not actually required to be specific here. And let's go ahead and save blog post. Yeah. And you can see that the blog has been created successfully. So we can see the revision history of this blog. And Walacor, so this front-end SDK is just to be a wrapper around some of the features and functionality of Walacor. We did it in form of a blog post just to show some of the features and functionality the easiest. If I want to edit this blog post, let's say my first blog post, and this is actually now my second blog post, and I want to save the blog post now. Now I should have an audit log of all this history. So I can actually select this version if I want that to be the primary version viewed here or not. So I'll select it and I'll unselect the previous version. As well with old revisions, I can delete them. But I want to show off some of the functionality and features of Walacor. So I'll select this tab here to show data in Walacor. This feature was specifically built just to show off this functionality. So I can click this and it shows all the data that's still in Walacor. Again, just exemplifying that we do not delete any data, and you can actually restore old data if you'd like. So I'll go ahead and click this restore button, and you can see the previous revision of this blog is restored. And I can select the changes to show changes here. It's a really intuitive bit of software.